I want to start with there's no other place I could start than this today. He returned. The prince that was promised is back. I really do feel like one of those like, religious people that's just like waiting for the second coming. And then finally, like Jesus returns and he came back from the dead. And all of a sudden, like the stone was moved. I am so excited that Andre Curbelo is playing college basketball again. This kid is a content machine. Let me start by saying that. Everything that Andre Curbelo does is gold. I love him. He's unintentionally hilarious, and he's just must watch. He's must watch. We knew it when we saw him at Big Ten Media Day, and at the time, everybody thought he was breakout superstar, all Big Ten type guy, Illinois' best player. They had him and Kofi together at the podium. It was him and Kofi. It was him and Jaden Ivey. And then about a month into the season, it was obvious this ain't working out, and everything changed. Look, Andre also don't want to make light of anything. Like, he's been through a lot. I know he had concussion issues. He had some mental health stuff going on. So when we speak about Andre, truly, it's from a place of admiration. It's from a place of love. We love this kid's game when he's playing well. We love this kid's personality because a lot of people show up to Big Ten Media Day and don't have a lot of it. Andre Curbelo had it immensely, abundantly. It was incredible. And he's at Southern Miss now with the two-time transfer rule. He's now allowed to play suddenly. I don't think people expected that. Last week, when people didn't know if he was going to play, he was like making headlines sitting in the stands in the middle of Southern Miss's game. Now he's on the team, and I was impressed with his debut. I did watch some of this game. In 20 minutes, he finished with 13, 6, and 6, 6 rebounds, 6 assists. Like, he is a good basketball player when he plays well.
I'm telling you this right now, and I mean this with all my heart and everything that's inside me. The world is a better place when Andre Curbelo is playing basketball.
Mm-hmm.
It is. I don't really care. I will always enjoy watching him play basketball. We had a segment, I think, in the preseason, and the question came up like, if we had the power to do so, would we get Andre Curbelo back to Illinois? And I still feel the same way that I would. That would be our favorite team of all time. You give me Curbelo, you give me Terrence Shannon Jr. I mean, that's a backcourt that I dream of. But also like Curbelo's good too. I think that people get it kind of mixed up in some ways because of the actions or the antics and maybe the erratic play at times. But let's not get it twisted whatsoever. This kid's an entertainer. Like he's a hooper. And he will forever earn his spot on like first team all sleepers if we're picking teams. Our sleepers team, the day we have a TBT team, and we will have one day, Andre Curbelo is going to be our point, and we're going to let him rock, and it's going to be special.
I honestly can't wait for that recruitment. Like, we're just DMing Andre Curbelo like every month for an entire offseason. Like, we need you. We need you.
I'm just literally sending him a picture of I'm going to go on Google Images search and pull up a ring of keys. And I'm going to say, here are the keys of Sleeper's TBT team. I'm just going to repeat and spam that message 40 times over until he answers and say, okay.
Yeah. And I think this is a case of like, sometimes players got to find their level. But what I want to add is that I still adamantly believe Andre Curbelo is a high major basketball player. So this is a situation where like a high major player that, yeah, he has some complications to him, but a high major player goes down to a low mid-major level. He should be great at this level. Like, he should be a fantastic player for Southern Miss. And I thought kind of being thrown into the fire, this was a really good start for him because he played 26 games for St. John's last year, and the numbers weren't awful. Like, he averaged 4 assists a game. He averaged almost 10 points a game. He did turn the ball over a little too much, but he's a guy that I think can really do like these 13, 6, and 6 lines on a consistent basis at Southern Miss. And does that make Southern Miss a good basketball team? I don't know, but it makes a must watch for me. Like, I'm going to tune in every single time I see them playing because I just love the way this kid plays. And most importantly, when you talk about the Illinois thing, it wasn't a joke for us when we're like, I would love to see him back at Illinois. Brad would never do it at this point, but he deserves a redemption arc. That's where I'm at with Andre. Like, I think the narratives have gone too far south. And even Trilly was tweeting yesterday, like, the stories I could tell about this kid. I'm sure there's some crazy ones. Okay. Like I'm sure behind the scenes, it's even crazier than what people have seen publicly. But if you're a fan of college basketball, you should want to see this kid succeed. And I'm really excited about the start we saw last night because if Andre Curbelo can just end his career on a high note at Southern Miss, have a great statistical season on a team that maybe makes a little noise, God forbid, Cart, could Southern Miss like make a little run in the conference tournament and find themselves in the big dance with Andre Curbelo in the spotlight?
If we get Curbelo time in the NCAA tourney, we'll be blessed. And honestly, we earned it after the Final Four we saw last year. I want Curbelo in the tourney.
Southern Miss finds themselves in the play-in in Dayton as an 11 seed. They win their first game. They get Illinois as a 6 seed in round 2. How good would that be?
Illinois dog walks them, but Curbelo oops.
Also, Illinois is not going to be a 6 seed. Illinois is going to be like a 2 seed at this pace. So.
Yeah.
All right. Good to see you back, Andre. We are certainly rooting for you, and I hope we see a lot more 13, 6, and 6 from you. 4 turnovers to go with it, but who's counting? Not me. Next topic.